Hello friends, through this video we will study how to use CRO, that is cathode ray oscilloscope. For that we require one signal generator and CRO. So let us this is CRO. This cathode ray oscilloscope has two panels. It has inbuilt signal generator, we called it as function generator. Okay. And this part is nothing but your cathode ray oscilloscope, and this is screen, and this is control panel. Scientech Technology Company provides such type of CRO. So we will focus on this panel. You can see here is the intensity knob. You can increase, decrease, focus, which also provides some power supply. Important thing is that it has two channels. You can connect here the signal which you want to measure, or here. So this control is for channel 1 and this is for channel 2. With the help of this such FRC cable, such type of cable is called FRC cable. You can connect it at here or here. This is time axis knob for controlling time period. You can set the controlling value, and this is for the channel 1, this is for the channel 2, where we control the y-axis, that is the volt axis. Okay, let me switch on the CRO. So this is power on off button. Once you switch on it, wait for 2 to 5 seconds. You will get one signal line. There is no any connection, so you will get the flat line. But according to the, you can see here, you can select the channel 1, channel 2. If I press it for dual, you will get the both channels. This will not then operated. So you are getting here the two lines, two horizontal lines. For vertical movement, this is the knob for channel 2. And this is the vertical movement knob for channel 1. If you press mono, then you can get here any one channel, either 1 or either 2. Here if I press, then 1 will active, second will be active. Now 1 is there. Let us connect actual signal and we will see how we can measure it. So now you can see I have connected this FRC cable to the signal generator. So signal generator has two output terminals. One I connected to this pin, another to this pin. So basically this black wire is considered as grounding. So I have connected these two terminals directly to the output of the CR signal generator. Let us switch on it. Now you can see here the signal. For horizontal adjustment, there is one law. You can adjust it center wide. You can adjust it at center. You can increase and decrease the intensity. It is okay now. This is for focusing, which sharps the signal. Okay. Okay, you can see here. Now the signal whatever we have connected to the CRO, it is of 2747 hertz. Okay. So this signal generator has a frequency 2747 hertz approximately. If I change its amplitude with the help of signal generator now, and you can notice here the changes. If I increase it, amplitude increases. If I decrease it, amplitude decreases. Okay, so you can set the value of frequency and amplitude, that is the voltage, peak to peak voltage, with the help of signal generator. Once you fix it, you can never change it by the CRO. CRO only measures the value. CRO only used to measure the signal's value, means its time period. Once you get the time period, you can easily calculate the frequency, and y-axis shows here the peak to peak voltage. Okay, so let us see. Already I have connected the signal to the channel 2, so this will I can use for the controlling purpose. Now you can see here, if I change it, the voltage, the signal size changes in terms of voltage. Okay, so I am changing only the scale here. I am not actually changing the signal. Signal is now already I have output, it is nothing but constant. Once I change from the amplitude now from the signal generator, then the value of the signal will get changed. But to see clearly, I can control here the signal with the help of voltage now. So I can enlarge it as per my convenience. Okay, you can see here. So this is like the scale whatever we consider for the plotting of graph. And this is the time per division knob. Once you change it, you can see here the changes. So as per your the convenience, you have to set your the signal here. Remember one thing here, y-axis shows you the voltage and x-axis shows you the time. So y is the voltage axis and x is the time axis. So this is your the sine wave. You can see the changes. Once I change the knob, if I change the functions to sine, okay, sine to triangular. Now you can see the changes. Okay, entire signal change into the triangular format. You can see here the triangular view. I have kept frequency constant, only I have changed the function from sine to triangular. Now I am changing it to the square. Now you can see this is the square wave. whatever the time required to change the voltage from high to low, this is called as the slew rate. This is called as the slew rate. So in square wave sometimes it is high, sometimes it is low, high, low, high, low, or the signal has two discrete levels. In triangular format, there is a increasing and decreasing ramp. There is a increasing and decreasing ramp. So high value is there, low value is there, in which the voltage is continuously changes like the ramp. And as we know, this is the sine wave. Okay, so let us see how we can measure the voltage with the help of CRO. Suppose we want to measure this signal. So I am trying to adjust the time per voltage knob. You can see here the mark. So now the voltage is perfectly at 0.1 millisecond per division. So this is millisecond, this shows millisecond. You can see here the white line. After that 50 is there, but the scale will be converted into the microsecond. Up to this microsecond is there. You can see here it is started from 0.2, 0.1 up to this. There is a second. Then it is the up to this range. This shows gives you the millisecond range. After that microsecond, means you can adjust the signal up to the 0.5 microsecond. You can see here, if I press it, here there are two knobs. One is for AC, another is for ground. AC, DC and ground. If I press ground, let's see changes. Only horizontal line is there. You can see the dot. So this is basically electron beam. So one point is there which can move up and down as per your the frequency and voltage applied. So at this particular second you can see such type of signal. If I increase the time per division, then you can see the clearly line. So at millisecond, this is the nature. This is the nature of the signal. Once again I am pressing it on to AC. So this is pure here the AC signal. If you want to measure the signal, then you have to note down the two values. One is for voltage, another is for the time. So first of all set it. So I am trying to measure this peak to peak value. Then I will get the peak to peak voltage. So I am trying to touch it at the bottom line for corrected reading. Okay, so now you can count the centimeter 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 centimeters there. So 4. Now check what is the location of pointer of voltage per division now. It is perfectly at 2 volts per division. It is perfectly at 2 volts per division. So 2 into 4, so 8 volt. So the peak to peak value of this signal is 4 volt. Okay, it's 4 volt. I am increasing. Only I change the scale and I will try to note down it. For lower scale you will get the better reading. Better means correct reading. Error will be limited. So I have changed the scale from 2 volt per division to 1 volt per division. Okay, and I have adjusted the signal. Now you can know, we will note down it 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 7 point something is there, 7.2 7.4 7.6. So 7.6 into 1, so 7.6 volt. So once you note once you change the, if you reach the lower scale, you will get the minimum error type readings. So same signal, if I check it at different scale, you will get the corrected reading. So it is important to adjust the signal which can acquire your the maximum screen and then try to measure it. Okay, means if you are trying to measure the signals in such format, it will never give you the better reading. Okay, so for better reading you have to adjust throughout the panels. Okay, means try to select the as low as minimum voltage per division as well as time per division. So let us see how we can measure the time. So if you want to note down the time period, you have to note down the time in between two peak value. Okay, so these are the two peak value. You can measure any in between anything. Okay, so I will try to adjust signal in a better format. So this is the better format. Okay, I will try to measure the distance between the between two peaks. So I am trying to adjust. Okay, you can set set this for the reference line. So 1 2 3 4 5 centimeter is there in between the two peak. Now check the time per division now. So we show the 0.1 millisecond. 0.1 millisecond. You can see it clearly. 0.1 millisecond. After 0.1, 50 microsecond is there, but 0.1 is related to the millisecond. So there are divisions are 1 2 3 4 5. 5 divisions are there. So 5 into 0.1. So 5 into 0.1. 0.5 millisecond is the time period. 0.5 millisecond is the time period for this signal. Once again I am showing you. So division in between two peaks 1 2 3 4 5. Actually it is you can see here it is 5.2. So 5.2 into 0.1 millisecond. So it is 0.52 millisecond. What you have to do, only count the divisions and multiply with the help of time per division. Means for measuring the time period, you have to consider the x-axis, it is time axis. So note down the division and multiply with the time per division. So this is the scale. Actually we are doing the here multiplications of division into scale. So likewise for measuring the voltage, you have to note down the division parallel to the y-axis and multiply with the time per division scale. Time per division scale. Once again we will set the frequency. We will check the signal for another frequency. Say it is approximately something whatever maybe the 6000. Now I am going to connect the FRC cable to the channel 2. Now I am finding some such type of blur signal. So let me adjust it. I will try to adjust the signal. So I am trying to increase the time period. Okay, now it is doing better. Trying to adjust the vertical position. Trying to adjust the y-axis. Okay, it is okay. Maybe I want to determine the peak to peak voltage. Then note down the division related to the y-axis, parallel to the y-axis. Adjust it. Note down the divisions, vertical divisions in between these two peak, and you can multiply this division with the volt per division. Now it is 2. Now it is 2 volt per division. And if you want to try to measure the time period, then set it for any two peak values. Try to note down the divisions and multiply with the time per division scale. Time per division scale. Now it is 0.1. Okay, so this is all about the CR. By using the volts per division and time per division, we can easily estimate the value of any signal. So remember one thing, the screen shows you only the hold per time axis. It is a graph of hold per time.